interesting new Hearthstone animations coming in 11.2, and looking at the current state of Mythic Plus as we kind of teeter off with the end of Season 2, how the numbers are looking and everything else. So let's jump straight into this. 2 new Hearthstones coming in patch 11.2. I found, Hearthstone animations to be a fun thing to loot and to use, of course. So here we go. We got 2 new ones, the Cosmic Hearthstone and the Postmaster Express Hearthstone. Now, this Cosmic one, we don't really know what it looks like just yet, but we do know it's dropping off Demancius, and it's going to have some ethereal, voidy looking shit going on with it when you actually use it. The indication is that there will be a whole lot of purple and perhaps even a few upset stomachs as it hurls you through the twisting nether. So this should be something cool, maybe Demancius and Void themed, obviously. That'll be dropping off the final boss for the next raid. And then we got the Postmaster Express one. This one, actually, we can see it. So a cool little animation there with the envelopes flying around. Complete a short mini game in a new player hub version of Tazavesh, the Veiled Market, now located in Koresh. This version of the inhabited friendlier NPCs still suffers a few problems, indicating that there are a few disorganized mail rooms. If you remember the old Tazavesh, there was a mail room boss. So yeah, cool little homage there to the old boss and the new run that you'll be doing, a little Postmaster one. Kind of cool there. I like this one. Moving on to some interesting new loading screens. That's right, people are testing this stuff, so we're seeing some new loading screens. We see a Koreshian loading screen right here. This looks cool. This does. I like Koresh. That's Tazavesh there in the background. Another flying city that we lost Dalaran, so Blizzard's got to bring in a new flying city. It looks like Tazavesh is going to be that. So there it is, a nice little loading screen there. We also see the loading screen for the new Mana Forged Omega Raid, which will be entering through these little pipes, as they're calling them, or like Mana Way. And then finally here, a new Ecodome Eldani. Yes, the new dungeon raid of course, the 5-man dungeon. Nice little loading screen there. I always love looking at these things. The art that the Blizzard team puts out is always, honestly, S tier. Besides that, 11.2 adds instant delve portals to Tazavesh. You guys saw me yesterday. I actually saw this, or a hint at it, in the Bellular video I think that we were watching yesterday. I was like, whoa, what the hell? We're getting delve portals? Not only are we getting delve portals, but it turns out these delve portals will change based on whatever delves are bountiful. So you'll be getting some bountiful delve portals here in Tazavesh. Should be pretty cool. Obviously, the Delve Bot already takes you to bountiful delves, but looking at these portals right now, I'm pretty sure it is bountiful delves it'll be taking you to. Yeah, bountiful delves. A new way to travel to them here in Koresh. So that's really cool. Love to be able to, travel a little bit easier. It looks like this is in a new portal room here, specifically built just for delves. So nice little thing there. Yeah, I love this. It makes it easier to get around, makes it easier to go do your bountiful delves on a daily basis. So the Gregs of Accounting, big W for them. Not only can they do delves quickly, log in, log out before their abusive wife comes down the stairs and realizes that they're enjoying life for a few minutes, but they can get there a little bit quicker now. And finally, we see a surprising new ally joining the final fight in the War Within. Xal'atath is helping us out. Yeah, it turns out Xal'atath might be. So we have some, the journal texts of the fight and the different abilities that'll be happening. And at one point, it looks like Demancius' health is depleted. He collapses into a dark heart and pulls players in with him, where they must quickly fly with Xal'atath to safety. He releases his conquered rivals to halt players advancing and attempts to obliterate them with Extinction and Gamma Burst. This is an ability, a moment in the fight where he pops off some abilities, but Xal'atath helps us fly to safety? What is this? Could it be that all of our simping over Xal'atath is actually going to be reciprocated, and we're going to get some simping back? Is she actually going to help us out? I don't know what the context is here of why she would be helping us get through this, but it looks like she is, in fact, helping us at least avoid this single ability. Maybe she gets caught up in it for some reason and has to save us to save herself. I have no idea. Yeah, but you know why? I know. I don't know if I like Xal'atath getting a hero redemption arc or something. I don't know if I want to see that. I kind of like Xal'atath being the villain. I think she's been a well-done villain for the most part, but we'll see. We'll see if any of this ends up actually happening the way that they're kind of mentioning here. Xal'atath energizes players, Retchi Raps at one point in the fight, so a lot of different abilities happening here. Bahumbug, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome to our Scourge. Xal'atath bends space to her advantage. creating waygates to refresh duration. So a bunch of Xal'atath abilities here that somehow help us. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't want to continue to, dig too far into this. I don't want any spoilers going down, but yeah, Xal'atath seemingly helping us in this fight. I don't know how I feel about that. Moving on to something else that I do know how I feel about. This season's Mythic Plus. I think it's been a great one. I think it's been pretty damn enjoyable. The dungeon rotation's been good. The difficulty has been great. And overall, I think it's been a good season for most people. Looking at the current meta and how this all shaped out, really, Season 2 has been consistent throughout the entire season. The same meta played basically throughout. Vengeance Demon Hunter, Balanced Druid, Arcane Mage, Disciplined Priest, and Unholy Death Knight have been the package deal, the 5-man, the meta of 5-mans going throughout this entire season. That has not changed. Now, we have a ton of class changes. Massive amount of class changes coming in the next patch, so I'm sure the meta will change up then, but for now, it has remained constant with these 5 boys here. Now, looking at the dungeon, what's it called? Balance, I guess, of all the dungeons being run. I don't think there's ever been a more balanced season. I don't think we've ever seen a season with this amount of balance. Now, I do want to point out, you guys were like calling me weird for liking Rookery the other day when we were running that +10. Guys, it's the most run dungeon. What are we talking about here? People love Rookery. Yes, now, there isn't a huge difference between the top and the bottom. Top, no pun intended there. But really, Rookery, I just felt like was an easy path, easy run. And yes, the final boss takes a bit of time to get done, but overall, I feel like it's a very easy dungeon. So Rookery looks like it's going to finish at the top here as the most run dungeon. Prior to the Sacred Flame just behind it. Brewery, Cinder Brumeadery, Dark Flame Cleft, ML, Floodgates, Work, and top here at the bottom. So, again, there isn't a big difference, though. There's been a lot of good balancing here, unlike Season 1, where, people were just running Miss the Tyranna Scythe over and over. This season saw a lot of really good balancing, and that's a props to Blizzard for being able to get that done. I could maybe believe Xal'atath helping during the fight if Demancius went off on us a little too soon, and she needed us alive to still be pawns for baiting the Titans. Maybe. Yeah, it could be. Maybe Demancius loses control of himself. I don't know, and she has to kind of like bring it all back in. I have no idea. I'll reserve the judgment for the actual fight. Yeah, but the Xal'atath stuff is a bit weird. And then key level distribution here, back on the season content. Yeah, +10 and +12, no surprise here. +10s obviously for Keystone Master, and then +12s, people are doing those for the 3K IO achievement mounts. So yeah, good balance between these. This is typically what you see. Players will always be pushing the keys that make sense in terms of rewards and make sense in terms of achievements. So there you go. And then finally here, the season's over, boys. The season's over. Week 16, seeing lowest player numbers throughout the entire season. It makes sense. This is what always happens. This season was a bit different, and then in Week 11, we got the Turbo Boost event, where you suddenly had a boost in item level that you could get from these things. So yeah, that brought a lot of people back. I would say that was a success for Blizzard. Brought us back basically to, what is it, like Week 6 numbers, almost Week 5 numbers. So that was pretty impressive. But yeah, it's dropped off a cliff since then, and now we're at the lowest numbers we've seen the entire season in Week 16. Which is okay, right? We're heading into Season 3 very soon here, and we don't have a release date for the patch yet, but people are, doing other things, or just maybe taking a break from the game until the next patch comes out. In terms of news and everything else, that is all.